Well, you flew all the way from Miami for that.
Well, next time we'll bring bigger batteries, and it's going to be a different story.
What was the problem there for you? You didn't seem to really get going much.
Well, in the beginning we were doing all right, but then the batteries started getting lower and lower until we can barely crawl, so at that point they kind of had their way with us.
But that Panic Attack is a very underestimated robot. It won the UK Robot Wars Championship in the Second Wars, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you were doing the driving, weren't you?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I'm the chief engineer, and like you said, next time we'll have larger batteries.
So we typically the batteries that let you down.
We typically run 3-minute matches in America. You guys run 5, so we are a little bit unprepared for that.
Let's hear it for the Rammstein team! You did it again. As I said to the Rammstein team, you're always underestimating you guys, but you always come up with the goods.
Yes, we do. That was a bit of a cat and mouse. We just couldn't get the fork sender in the right position. We turned him over once, but then he did start slowing down, so we thought, and it was just a matter of getting him balanced on and getting him up.
But when you did the piggyback, I mean, that was so cool.
Yeah, I'd have to ask him how heavy it is, because we're on about 84, I think they're around about 95, so...
But they're blaming their batteries, saying they would have had you. They would have had you, they say. They always make excuses.
Yeah,
they would have had you, they say. It wasn't for the batteries.
Maybe not. I doubt it.
And what about you, young man? You're back.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Think you can go all the way?
Probably.
Good luck. Hope you go on further. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for Panic Attack!
Typical Americans, though. Bigger than you, heavier than you, but you whooped them, did you not? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
So the lifting arm is working beautifully?
It's working brilliantly.
No changes to be made for the next battle?
No, none whatsoever.
They're always cool, calm and collected. Do it.
In the yellow livery, Panic Attack looked like a New York cab there, shoving its way through all the traffic, nudging Rammstein to defeat. Next up, Ming 2 for the UK, Mangulator for the States. This deadly Ming will move like a flash, top speeds of up to 15 miles an hour, 2 spikes at either side, and a flipper weapon as they try to become kings of the Robot Wars universe.
Howdy doody. This is Alexander, this is Oliver, I'm Andrew, and this is Ming 2. This is our flipper, and in the back we've got a sting in the tail, we've got a spike at the rear, and you are here today to fight the Americans. Which is rather good, really, because I deal with the Americans on a daily basis, and it'll be really nice to kick their butt.
And representing the United States of America, Mangulator.
Another wedge shape to flip opponents, designed partly in LA and partly in London. Sneaky stateside spies get everywhere. You can mangulate, we'll strangulate.
I'm Dan Danknick, this is Adam Clark, Bob Pitzer. We're here with our robot, the Mangulator, here to inflict maximum damage at Robot Wars UK. Our weapon on the end is a thumperizer, a 5-pound sledge that swings back and forth, and we're here for maximum mangulation to defend the title of the United States.
Roboteers, stand by.
Ming 2, with team captain Andrew Cottrell, who apparently doesn't like dealing with the States. I wonder what his company thinks of that. And the Mangulator with Dan the Man at the controls on the right. It's quite laid back, doesn't he? That's LA for you. And of course they have the thumperizer. Perhaps they use the arena elevator to get to the arena floor. It is our language after all, boys. This is the Mangulator on the right-hand side. Up on the top of Ming 2. It is a powerful weapon, actually, isn't it? Spinning around frantically. Bash, bash on the arena floor. And again, crashing against the arena floor, which actually doesn't pick you up any points, boys. But never mind, we'll try and explain the rules to you a little bit later on. This is Ming 2, Andrew Cottrell, using his wedge shape to drive in like a Formula 1 car there. Underneath the Mangulator, isolating the thumperizer, which perhaps will come into play here. No, this is good steering and driving by Ming 2. Good control here from Andrew to dodge away from that weapon, which actually, in all seriousness, is quite destructive. But the wheels, well, how frail was that? Remember the old westerns and the stagecoaches dodging the Apaches and the wheel came off? Look what's happened there. Now here comes Matilda with a chainsaw. And all the house robots, like those westerns and the Indians used to go up on the hills around, about to come down now on the circle wagon slip. They haven't got too many wagons to circle. All the way from LA and home again in pieces. But home again by tea, which is more important for them. And the pit starts to descend. And the Mangulator, what's left of it, is about to go into the pit. Oh dear. Almost like stretcher bearers of doom. Matilda and Shunt, and in they go. Good sports though, weren't they? Another victory for the UK.
One wheel on his wagon. Mangulator is definitely not rolling along. Mangulator, you're out of here.
Well, you got mangled in about 30 seconds, but it only took you 2 days to build.
Yeah, we built this in 2 days over the internet, collaborated, and this is what we ended up with.
Yeah, we've never had a robot built in 2 days, so well done. But we do need to know what happened. Where was your weakness?
Well, we had a failure right here on the wheel shaft where the snap ring holds on. So it was a place where a crack could start, and a high shock, the crack continued, the wheel came off. We won't make that mistake again, though.
Now, you've been in contact with some of the guys from the other side of the Atlantic, have you not?
Yes.
What's your connection?
Oh, for a couple of years now, I've been building interface boards to interface radio controls to the motors and the control systems for improved safety and improved functionality. So about 50 or 60 of the Roboteers here use my
They use
connections.
your design.
Yeah.
Hey.
So it was good to come and meet everybody for a change.
So you've enjoyed it, at least?
Oh, absolutely.
Good, and you'll be back
I
next
hope
time
so.
with a bit more preparation, please.
In a few months with a better robot.
Yeah, because failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Well, hey, you were merciless, were you not? Did it feel good being that mean? Well done. You fought for our nation, boys, and you fought very, very well. I hear you're up against the Americans quite a lot in your daily life, though.
Yeah, our office is in San Francisco, so we fight with them on a daily basis. So it's nice to win for once.
The UK soar and sing with Ming. Mangulator have gone. Next up, Detonator against Frenzy for the Stars and Stripes.
From the United States of America, Frenzy.
Nothing LA confidential about this team from the West Coast, well known after 6 years together. Watch for a frenzied attack from the mighty Action at 209.4 pounds, the heaviest here.
Hi, we're here for the American War of Independence. This is Frenzy the Robot. We are Team -0. My name is Patrick Campbell. This is my wife, Joanna. We're here from California. And this robot is mean, it's big, it's going to kick some butt. We got a big axe with a robot tenderizer at the end, meant to destroy and kill all robots.
From the United Kingdom, Detonator.
Robot Wars veterans seen in the first wars with a new team member, 8-year-old Tegan Crosby, daughter of Captain David. 2 spikes and a ram make this detonator explosive. Out with a whimper, though, in the first wars. Never got going. Stuck on an arena spike, much to the displeasure of teacher David Crosby.
Hello, we're back for the War of Independence, and this time we've brought Detonator. We have a new team member, Tegan, who's going to attempt to drive the machine, hopefully. And we brought Claire back from the Napalm team. We've lost Vicky, who's gone on holiday. And what we're going to try and do is ram these American upstarts with this large red ramming device and hopefully get through this War of Independence.
Roboteers, stand by.
Flying the flag for the state, someone has to. Frenzy. There at the controls, Patrick Campbell and his wife, and Detonator from Dartford. Claire Greenway extending the aerial for the controls for David Crosby. Hope the United States competitors would last as long and be as durable and long-lasting as the US presidential election, but that's not the way it's been so far. But look at this, Frenzy! Absolutely pummeling Detonator! This is what we've been waiting for. The length of that weapon is formidable! Bashing and crashing and smashing, and Detonator looks like a pummeled prune out there, and now they've spiked themselves on the arena floor. This is great stuff. Matilda comes in, and they're back ready to fight again. Poor old Detonator will not thank Matilda for that. So a stateside challenge at last, in the shape of Frenzy from Los Angeles. Bash and crash. Well,
almost as many devastating splits in Detonator as there are in the San Andreas Fault in Los Angeles. From Frenzy. And Detonator nudged towards the flames. There's nothing left, I'm afraid, for David Crosby and the team. I'm sure they... Oh, dear, oh, dear. There's a rhythm to it, a menacing, awful tattoo being beaten out there by the drum of Frenzy's great axe masher, tenderizer. Hardly kind to tender hearts. Claire Greenway just 17 and Tegan Crosby just 8 in the Detonator team. And that's what's left of their machine. How can you smile? Reverse... They've been scalped! Where's the 7th Cavalry when you need them? Oh, poor old Detonator! On fire! But Frenzy looks a robot to really be frightened about. And this could be the War of Independence Terminator.